Mustafa Murar owns this paint shop in the West Bank town of El Bire near Jerusalem. It is on a road where horrific fighting took place in the Palestinian uprising 10 years ago. The fighting destroyed his business.
There
was a loss on the daily basis. Just recently, the area opened and business started again. We are talking here about a 10-year intifada. We are talking about losses through 7 years.
In the last 3 years of relative calm, the Israeli-occupied West Bank has experienced an economic boom. Murar has been able to restock his shelves and get his business going again. He says negotiations in 2000 that neither side was ready for sparked the last uprising. He thinks neither side is ready now.
The peace agreement, if they are based on a real peace, will be a good thing. But according to our experience with the Israelis, these negotiations will be fruitless.
Many Israelis also believe the time is not right. After decades of conflict, some say there is not enough common ground for meaningful dialogue.
I think it's not going to succeed. The dispute is not a one-shot affair. Time must pass. We have to get used to one another.
Israel says it wants security guarantees, a demilitarized Palestinian state, and an undivided Jerusalem under its control. Many Israelis oppose pulling hundreds of thousands of Jewish settlers out of the West Bank, a key demand of the Palestinians. Analyst Mahdi Abdel Hadi says U.S. pressure and not a feeling of readiness is bringing both sides to the table again.
For the last 20 years, since Madrid up till today, 19 years, we reached nothing and nowhere in negotiation with the Israelis. On the contrary, we are losing the land and we are becoming more divided, and a crisis of leadership, a crisis of a vision, and we are living a de facto apartheid system under Israeli occupation. Now, Washington comes to invite? No, they did not invite, they summoned.
Palestinian leaders have cautioned against a return to violence. However, Yaakov Bar Simantov, who heads the Jerusalem Institute for Israel Studies, says the potential for renewed violence exists.
Of course, there will be people who will say, look, if we shall not succeed with the political game, with diplomatic process, let's try again the violence. And because of that, one of the difficult outcomes of a failure is returning back to the field of violence.
Mustafa Murar says he, like everyone else, does not want war.
My work would end, and the economic situation is linked to the politics. If the political situation is good, the economic situation is good, and the other way around.
Murar, like other West Bank Palestinians, is afraid that if the talks fail, frustration over the occupation could once again boil over and destroy what he has worked to rebuild. Luis Ramirez, VOA News, Jerusalem.